Welcome to today's episode of Moments for Moms. I'm so excited that you can join me today. I have with me today America's #1 mom coach, Hannah Keeley, and we're going to talk today about her book, Mom Fog. We're also going to talk about her mom boot camp. So you guys are going to want to join all these things, get a copy of this book. It's going to be incredible. She is wonderful. Stephanie will, of course, be here with a What the Hack. So grab yourself a cup of coffee or tea and take this moment just for you. Hannah, I am so excited. Thank you so much for joining me on this today.
Oh, you're not nearly as excited as I am.
You're so sweet.
And it's not just the coffee talking. I'm literally so excited about this. Yes, here we go. Woo.
You're allowed to just drink it if you need it. I get it.
This is how moms keep it going.
It is. And I was just sharing with you before we hit record that we had a bad storms come through our area last night. So Charlie's 3. Not his favorite. So, I mean, he was in the bed. So thunder, every time it would thunder, he would wake up or he would be like kneeing me in the ribs. So last night was just not the night for sleep, which it normally isn't. It's not, we've not got there yet. So normally I don't sleep. So I do, I think in a little bio I wrote, it says surviving on grace and coffee. And that's just kind of pretty accurate.
It's so true. I remember those days. I mean, my 7 kids are all grown now, but I remember those nights, and I would have to, my continual prayer was, God, thank you that you're going to give me stamina, energy, and strength to do everything. And whatever sleep I get tonight is going to be 100% restorative. I would just call God into remembrance of his word, which is what he tells us to do. I said in Psalms, it tells us you will bless your beloved in sleep. I believe that I am a beloved mom. Yeah. I got a big job to do. So I know you're going to bless me in my sleep. If I get an hour, it's going to be like I got 8. And it worked.
Yeah.
Thank you, coffee. But the grace of God does work.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. So you have, tell me just a little bit about you and your family. You have 7 kids.
Yes. We have 7 kids. My oldest is now 30 and my youngest is 18 and getting ready to go off to school.
Yeah.
So brand new adventure. And now it's great. But the thing is, it's so much fun. I cannot, when people are like, oh my gosh, one question I got on an interview one time was so how do you manage the chaos of such a large family? How'd you do that? And I'm like, well, chaos is really perspective. It can be chaotic with 1. It can be chaotic with 7. It's not the number, it's your perception as a mom of how strong you believe you are. Yeah. And so it was always fun. It was always a lot of energy. Yeah, it was messy, but mess is part of it. We didn't sign up for motherhood because it was neat and clean and tidy and orderly. Right. We signed up because it was an adventure. And so we don't understand what happens to us in the middle of it. We go home a different person from that hospital or home birth, whatever. We change. Yes. And we have to be loving and compassionate with ourselves through the whole process, but it's fun. It can be fun. Yeah.
It can. And it's so funny that you say that because I am very much type A OCD. I fluff the pillows before we go to bed at night. And my husband's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I want to wake up and have my coffee with nice fluff pillows on the couch. And now it's I might sit on a Matchbox car. I still do my best. And it's funny because Charlie, my little 3-year-old, he does have some of those tendencies. He'll say, oh, mama, we forgot to clean up the playroom. And I'm like, you know what, buddy, it's okay. Cause we had a really fun day in the playroom. I appreciate you wanting to clean it up.
So good.
But we've had so much fun in there today. And it's just really incredible how, like you said, you do go home a different person. That was a huge shift for me because I just had to kind of learn the things that weren't as important. Just let the pillow go. I'd rather sit on a Matchbox car and have my sweet Charlie than have a fluffed perfect pillow,
That's such a hard concept for a lot of moms to get.
Yeah.
It took me a minute, seriously, to get this understanding of what's really important here. Mm-hmm. That my children, I always had this mantra. I have a lot of mantras. One of them is sloppy success beats perfect failure. Mm-hmm. I could set myself up for failure by making sure it's perfect, or I could just embrace life. But another one is every child should remember joy yesterday, experience joy today, and anticipate joy tomorrow.
Oh, I love that.
Was I able to show up in that equation? And so but it's hard for moms. And so if you're that kind of mom, watching right now, and it's just frustrating and It's like, my gosh, I lose my temper so much. Or, I have this like free floating anger. Sometimes mom's just angry. We don't even know why. Why are you so mad? Yes. I don't know. I'm just mad. And it's always going to come out. These are symptoms of what I call mom fatigue. Like this is really going on. This mom fatigue syndrome is a real thing. And what happens is after we have a child, we don't even realize it, but our brain changes. I've spent the last, 20 plus years researching the mom brain and coaching moms. And our brain literally changes anatomically and cognitively after we have a child. Yeah. And so we become more evolved about the preservation of our children than ourselves. So let me give you this. Okay, you ready for a fun little example? Yes. Okay. Yes. All right. So let me ask you a question. I know you've heard it before. There's a metaphor that a lot of speakers, a lot of gurus out there will talk about when it comes to moms and taking care of themselves. And they'll use the oxygen mask on a plane. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I 100%.
Okay. Tell me what it is.
Yes, that you're supposed to put it on yourself first, right? And then the child or whoever you're with next.
Right. And then okay, perfect example. Yes. The mom needs to take care of themselves, right? In order for us to take care of our children. Now, when you watch that demonstration, if you've been flying and you watch the mask drop and she's like, let me get this mask. Let me put it on my child. La, 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 la. Let me get this mask. Let me or me, and then put on my, see, I wasn't even thinking. Put on me.
Right.
That's nice. I'm watching my child sit there without a mask. And now.
As you're crashing or something's.
As we're going down in flames. Never will there be a mom who does that in an emergency. And I can tell you a perfect example to demonstrate that. So pretend you're driving in a car and you had like someone runs in front, you have to make a really quick stop and your child's in the front seat. What do?
You stop short.
Yeah. Okay, look, action's arm, just right out there, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So that one movement is the mom brain in action. I must preserve my child before me. I will go through the freaking windshield.
Right. Yep.
Before I let anything happen to my child. So that's what the mom brain actually does. And when we understand this, we have to realize my brain is not the same. It's thinking to protect my children, not myself. So imagine like sometimes my phone gets really janky and I don't know what's going on. It's like, man, nothing's loading up.
Yeah.
My kids inevitably will be like, Mom, let me see your phone. And they're like, oh my gosh, Mom, how many apps do you have open? Right. Looks like I have like 43 apps open. Right. Here, maybe this will work better. So imagine the mom brain, you've got all your apps open because you have less of a filtering system. It's a more open filtering system. So you can look out for potential risks in your environment for your children's sake. So that's why a lot of moms are like, I get so overstimulated. No, it's not that you're overstimulated. Your brain is more open to all the things that were always going on around you, but now it's perceiving it all. So we do this because, we're the protectors of our children. We're the ones going out with them to collect the water from the well, and wild tigers are out there. But now it's like, oh my gosh, everything's just like infiltrating my brain.
Yeah.
I lose focus. I start projects. I don't finish them. I walk in a room. I don't know why I was in here. I get angry. Don't know why.
Right. Yeah.
That's mom brain. And if we don't know how to work with it, it will like drive us bananas.
Yeah. And I think what you're saying, like I've experienced all of that since having Charlie, and it has caused me a lot of anxiety and a lot of fear because I don't know how to deal with it. It's like one day you're this and then the next day it's totally different. And there's not like, like I was saying before, like they just send you home with a human and it's like, good luck, like, okay, what do we do? I don't even know. How do you do it? Right. Yeah. But I mean, nobody talks about the cognitive stuff and all of the things. And I mean, it really is. I have really had to like just seek counseling, talk to other moms. The more I talk to other moms, the more I realize that I'm not alone in it. And I think that is a danger. Like when you're in that moment, you can pull back and isolate. Yeah. But the more we can talk about it, the more we're like, okay, wait, this is okay. Like I'm not dying. Like I'm not abnormal. Do you know what I mean? But
totally.
It's just so foreign.
But the problem is sometimes when we seek help from other moms, it's like two drowning women trying to clamor for the same best.
Yeah.
That we don't have any strategies that work for our mind. Like I was overwhelmed when I first started having kids, like I was broke as a joke. We like couldn't afford anything. We were in debt. The house was cluttered. I was angry. I had horrible depression, anxiety. And here's the kicker. I was a behavior therapist. I should know. None of my strategies are working. That's what made me dive deep into researching the mom brain. And I realized, wait, none of these strategies can work on me anymore.
Yeah.
And that's why these moms are like, I'm going to get new budgeting software. I'm going to get I'm going to join a gym. I'm going to get a new workout. I'm going to do this decluttering program. And we get so frustrated at ourselves because we can't do it. It doesn't work.
Right. Yeah.
Or it works like this far. And then we sabotage ourselves. It's because nothing's designed to work with our brain.
Yeah.
So that's why we have to understand, like I have so many mom brain hacks that I do, because that's using the imagination to help create a more favorable scenario than the least favorable. So every mom now, because of mom brain, we have an extraordinary imagination. And we know this because we can imagine the worst case scenario.
Every time. Yes. Every time.
It's like, why am I lying awake wondering what's going to happen when aliens invade my home? And
because that's probably going to happen tomorrow.
It's probably going to happen. And so I better have a plan for when it does. My husband's sitting there sleeping like a baby. And I'm like, you don't understand. Aliens could be taking our children in the next 5 minutes and we don't have a plan.
I know. Same.
Yeah. And so we're like, what is wrong with me? Nothing is wrong with you. It's your brain. It's doing its job as a mom. So the mom brain hacks just use the imagination to help create a better scenario. So we're more empowered, we're more productive, we get more stuff done, and we're happier in the process.
Yeah.
Like a lot of moms don't even realize like this could be fun. You actually could be enjoying this chapter of your life.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think it's so funny you talk about worst case. We have this like culvert at our house that it's like there's all these rocks and then it's concrete in it. And it is like, in my mind, the death of Charlie every time we go outside. I'm like, he's going to fall and he's going to crack his head. And this is when we go to the hospital. Like, but it's his favorite thing to do now that he's a little bit bigger and he's got his green boots. We go in there and we walk through the water and but it's just like all of my husband. I'm like, do you think about that? And he's like, I literally never even considered that. Like, I just let him go down there and like ride his little 4-wheeler down there. And I'm like, well, he can flip over. Like, and he can crack his head open and break his arm. And my husband's just like, his mind's blown because his mind doesn't work like that.
No, that's our job. Our mom brain works like that. And we get frustrated about it. And here's a really hard thing, especially for Christians, is we think I'm not operating in faith.
Yeah.
Because I'm imagining all these worst case scenarios. I'm angry and oh, God must be mad at me, or this is why it's not like my miracle isn't happening because I'm doubting it. And so a lot of moms right now are thinking, oh my gosh, I feel so validated because I'm not a bad believer. I'm not a bad Christian. I'm not like letting go of my faith. It's just my brain operating. So we have to learn how to, especially as believers, live by faith. Because faith is the substance of things hoped for. It's the evidence of things not seen, but we're using our faith in a negative way, creating the things we don't want to happen.
Right.
So it's not that you're like doing anything bad or you're failing. It's just your brain operating the way it's supposed to. So, but we can't stay there. We have to learn how to move through it.
Right. So, okay. In the book that I have here, Mom Fog, 8 Steps to Overcoming Mom Fatigue Syndrome. Yes. So do you have some of those like examples and some of those steps in this book? Like, this is a great resource for moms.
Oh my goodness. There have been, like, I don't know if you've read the testimonials in there, but so many moms, their lives have been dramatically changed just because I think step number 1, and this isn't like I can't go through all the steps. It's so much, right?
Yeah.
But the first thing I would suggest is let go of the shame. A lot of moms are holding shame around, and you hold shame when you go to bed and you're thinking about all the things you didn't do.
Yeah.
All the ways you failed, all the ways you showed up poorly. That is what shame looks like in your brain, because during the day you're busy and you're trying to get, 1,000 things done. And I call moms MVPs. They're multiple variable professionals. Like, they're the only professionals who have to deal with multiple variables at one time. Right. We have to somehow make sense of this, right? But you're so busy during the day. It's at night when your brain can finally chill that you want to do one of two things. You want to either buffer and give your brain stuff to just like feed on that is an imperative. Like, this is why we scroll on Instagram.
Oh, yeah.
This is why we will just like go, you know, like have television on or something, because our brain needs something that's not so urgent.
Yeah.
But the other way it surfaces is you go to bed and you're having shame thoughts, all the things that I did wrong. And so we know when this is happening that we can either stay there. Shame feels horrible.
Yeah.
You know, like, and I mean, it's not coming from God.
Right. It's not what he wants for us.
No, because he said that he's gotten rid of all that condemnation. There's no condemnation for us in Christ Jesus. So if we understand there's no condemnation for us and we're holding condemnation of ourselves, then where is that coming from? Like the enemy feeds on mom brain.
Yeah, I could totally see that, because it's like a wide open door. And
totally.
There's so many other things, like you're saying, coming in at us, that's just like one more thing. So to kind of stop ourselves and filter that separately, like, oh, wait, hold on. It's just kind of another thing coming in for us to process.
Right. And what if I could use my imagination and just switch it a little bit, just a little shift, enough to empower me? And the way the Bible says it is line up our mind with the mind of Christ.
Absolutely. Yes.
And so when we do that, that's when we can step into power and productivity. And so I do this like all the time. I do this every single week inside Mom Boot Camp. And we literally have moms in there. This one mom on day 4, this is just a 5-day camp that we're doing. It's all virtual. But on day 5, she said, these past 5 days have literally changed my entire life. She said, I was laughing with my children yesterday instead of getting angry with them. I'm like, yes. And the thing is, these moms are getting so much done at like day 3, 4, 5. It's like, oh my gosh, I got caught up on my laundry and I cleaned out my car and I got, I tackled that stack of bills. And I always ask them the same thing on the last day. I said, did I give you any strategy at all? Any how to? They're like, no. Only thing we did was work with those subconscious thoughts that are driving the behavior. And that's what Romans 12:2 tells us to do. It says, don't conform to the pattern of this world. The world is like, oh, you have to change your circumstances. If you want to lose weight, you better eat less and exercise more. If you want to manage your money better, you better save it and blah, blah, blah. All the like practical things to change our circumstances, which don't work for moms.
Right. Yeah.
It doesn't. And everyone watching has tried it over and over and over.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. All the things.
Yeah.
But we're not supposed to conform to the pattern of this world. We're supposed to be transformed by the renewing of our mind so that we can test and prove what God's will is, his good, pleasing, perfect will. So God does want a life for you that is good, pleasing, and perfect, but that can't happen until we transform our mind, until we get to those subconscious thoughts and work with our brain.
Yeah. Even before having this conversation, something like if I am dealing with anxiety or insecurity or any, whatever you want to name it, whatever it is that somebody might be dealing with, the one thing that's always helped me was to stop the thought, was to speak the truth, like physically speak, like out loud, even if I look crazy, like I'm by myself, but it stops the thought and it helps me just refocus on, okay, wait a minute, this is not from God. Yeah. So that, I mean, just even what you're saying, it's like, and I was watching one of your interviews on YouTube, I found, and you talked about the stack of planners. That is me. And I give them to people. I'm like, well, this one didn't work for me. And like, none of them do, because there's not enough boxes or pages or notes or meals it doesn't work for me.
It doesn't work. It can be so pretty and so cute and have the like neatest little font, but you're trying to contain a life that's uncontainable.
Right.
It does not work. No matter what. I mean, we have a planner that works with the mom brain, because I've learned strategies on how we actually think and process information. And it is not like, okay, just try to plan out your day in an hourly fashion and just watch it like crumble before your very eyes.
Right. And then I can't, because then I've got stuff crossed off. And that makes me
like,
wait a minute.
I'm a loser. I'm a loser again. I'm a loser.
It's awful. It's like I failed. Like I failed all of these things, and I'm going to keep just writing them on the next day.
Yeah.
Because it's not going to happen again.
Yeah. I mean, I remember one time I was like, I'm going to learn how to use a planner. And one time I was like, I'm definitely doing this. And I was like so determined I was going to do it that I forgot something like that I did yesterday. So I turned to yesterday's page and wrote it. I'm like, this is like the
so crazy
proverbial tail wagging the dog. Like, it's not like my scrapbook.
Right. But we make it that. We want it to be that because we want that.
We want that. We want a organized, clear life. And that is not in that's not in your future anymore.
Right. Yeah. And I think if we can just accept that, right. And just go move from there. Like, okay,
right.
The planner's not going to work for me. Stop.
Right.
If I had all of the money I've spent in planners over the years, because I buy the cute ones, the customizable, you know what I mean? Like if I could just have that.
Some Bitcoin. We could buy some Bitcoin right now.
I'm telling you, it's crazy.
We can do both.
Yes, it is crazy. But I just love that. If we can just, okay, this is where we are and this is great. It's not bad. It's awesome. Like if we'll allow ourselves to like reconfigure our mind. Okay, so we only have a couple minutes left because this always goes so fast. I want to sign up for this mom boot camp just from like scrolling through your website. Can you just kind of like help us understand? Because I work full time. I am a mom. Like, is this something that I could fit into my schedule? Help me understand it a little bit.
Yeah, it's mombootcamp.com, first of all, like get in there. But the cool thing about it is I literally told my team, I want every mom like to have access to a library of resources. So no matter what the problem is, they have a solution there. So literally like how to plan meals, how to do the things that you want to do that you haven't been able to do before, basically. But Mom Bootcamp is a module every single day to tell you something about the mom brain, something to help you understand yourself better, and also a mom brain hack to help you move forward and get better results. So it's just like, and it also works with your time. Like I love to go live with people inside Mom Bootcamp. That's always fun because I do coaching, like live coaching during it. So that's so much fun for me.
Yeah.
And it's fun to just see like how the mom brain really works. But go to mombootcamp.com.
Okay.
And get access to those modules. And it starts every single Monday.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I can put that in my planner.
You can put it, no. You're gonna, you know what? You're gonna get some kerosene and matches and you're gonna burn that planner. And you're gonna set an alarm in your phone that says register.
Right? Yes. Because that works. That does work. And that is accurate. Yes. Okay. So we'll have your website. We have all of that up on the screen. We've got 1 minute left. If there's just one tip or one piece of advice or encouragement that you can leave.
You know what?
I feel like you have so many. I wish we had so much more time.
But you know what? If it's just 1 minute, I want every mom to know you're doing okay. If you're just showing up.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter what the laundry looks like or what the house looks like or what your finances look like. It matters what those little ones are seeing in you. And you're doing okay. God had you here for a reason. You're doing the best you can with what you got right now. Yeah. So be loving towards yourself, be compassionate, and let's move forward. Let's move forward together.
That's awesome. I personally can't wait. I am going to sign up for the Mom Bootcamp. So I look forward to seeing you there more.
Yes, absolutely.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited for our viewers to get the book, to sign up. I hope they all sign up for Mom Bootcamp. And I just appreciate you and taking some time to do this with me.
Oh, thank you so much. This has been a joy.
Yes, thank you. All right, everybody, stay tuned. Stephanie will be here with a What the Hack, and then we will see you next time.
Moments for Moms is more than just a show. It is a community of moms encouraging each other on this incredible journey we have been called to. Join our private Facebook group to share your mom moments, questions, small victories, and connect with other moms as we all come together in this ministry called motherhood. We can't wait to see you there.
The Hack. Fascinating.
Hi guys, Stephanie here from What the Hack. Food prices are going crazy right now, so I thought this season I would bring you some frugal, yummy, easy recipes. And one of the easiest ways to save money with food is to just go through your refrigerator, go through your pantry, and see what you have. So that's what I did this morning, and I'm bringing this to you from my kitchen at home. It's small, but it works for us. So today what I'm going to show you are some egg muffins that you can make maybe on the weekend or one day a week, and then you have them for the rest of the week. Super simple, easy, tasty, and you can use what you have in your house. I pretty much had everything here. I had bought some spinach for another recipe, so that was something I don't usually have in my house, but I have it today. So I'm just going to show you how to make some easy egg muffins. So I have a muffin tin. I have a dozen eggs. I have some spinach, some ham that I needed to use up, and some shredded cheese. Okay, and I shred from the block because it saves money, and it doesn't have the coating on it that the stores have to, that the companies have to use, so it doesn't clump. I also have some bacon bits, some feta, so we're just gonna make some yummy egg muffins. So I have my muffin tin, I have some olive oil. I'm just putting a little bit of olive oil in the bottom of each tin. I have my oven pre-warming to 395. And I'm just going to put a little bit of everything in a couple of tins, and then I'll show it to you when I'm done, because I know I'm kind of far away. Taping from home is a little different because it's one camera, which is my phone, and only one direction. So I'm just going to put a little bit of spinach in each one. Some are going to have ham, some are going to have bacon bits. And because I'm taping from home, I have 2 dogs, so you might hear them barking. And that's part of life, right? I wanted to keep it very real this year. If you're a mom, you're not cooking in a studio, you don't have somebody doing all the things for you. So I just wanted to keep it really real for you guys this year, this season. So that's the spinach. I'm going to put ham in some of them. I'm going to put bacon bits in some of them. Feta, cheddar. Again, go through your fridge. See what you have that you need to use up. Throwing food away is one of, I hate throwing food away. It's so annoying. Because what a waste of money. We have to be very good stewards of our money, especially right now, always, but especially right now when food prices are ridiculous. I'm going to do some bacon bits. So make sure you look through your freezer too. You know, sometimes we put things in the freezer, they get pushed to the back, and we don't know what's in there. So always, always keep track of what you have on hand. It's such an easy way to save money. And then with the bacon bit ones, I'm going to put some feta. And then I'm going to simply put the dozen eggs that I already scrambled up into the tin, and I'm going to put them in the oven. And then I'm going to come back in a little bit and show you how yummy. And then it's just, it saves time during the week if you can do some bulk cooking on the weekend. You'll be so happy that it's done. Okay, there's that. And then I'm just going to take the eggs that it was just eggs and a little bit of salt, and I'm just going to put them in each tin, and then I'm going to put them in the oven, and I'll be back and I'll show you exactly how good they are. Okay, are you guys ready to see the final result? Egg muffins. So yummy. Oh, look at these. Not perfect. If you're looking for perfect, this is not the segment for you, but they are delicious. So that'll do me for the week. Egg muffins. I have an email address right here on the screen. You can always contact me. I'm here to help you. I have a Facebook page where I post recipes and just frugal ideas. And I'll see you next time.
The hat. The city.
We want to connect with you. Make sure to visit our website, momentsformoms.tv, for the latest episodes of the show, guest information, resources, and so much more. Visit momentsformoms.tv today.